Hello and welcome to Silver Wheel Tarot. Today I am going to do another deep dive video into the Celtic Cross. The deck and spread I am working with today is the Book of Shadows Tarot. I am using the As Above deck, and the Celtic Cross spread from the book is right here. I will give you a close-up in case you want to freeze frame to have the spread. Just the top section there for that spread. Okay, so I do have my notes written down here. So as I'm shuffling, I'll go ahead and explain a little bit. So what I'm doing is I am going through and doing a deep dive of the Celtic Cross spreads. I do have a playlist if you are interested in seeing the other readings that I'm doing. There is quite a bit more commentary in these videos, so they're a bit longer. But I am doing a full actual tarot reading with the spread. So if you don't want to hear the bits about the spread itself, then you can fast forward to the reading. Though there will be some additional thoughts and commentary as I'm doing the reading as well. So this version of the Celtic Cross does not have a quote-unquote significator card. However, card number 1 represents you, and it just states straight up, this card represents you, which is really a significator card. It doesn't indicate you in the situation or what your issue is or anything like that. It just represents you at the time of the reading. So, the only other bit of information that the card spread gives, aside from what each card represents, is it states that in this spread, it is interesting to compare the 5th, 6th, and 10th cards, as they all have to do with the future and outcomes. So I've noted that since there is no real card placement that indicates the question or situation, and the only special instructions are an indication of the divinatory abilities of the spread, the question is simply going to be, what does the future hold for you? And this one also lays the cards out a little different. We have 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so as I've stated in previous videos, all the decks, versions of the spread tend to lay out these 4 cards in a different way. So I am using exactly what the spread has laid out. For some reason, I'm feeling like I need to pull that one, so I will. Okay. So the question I'm asking is, what does the future hold for you? And the reason for that question, again, is that there is no indication in the spread itself, no specific card placement for the question or the situation. And it indicates and leans towards it being very much a classic divination reading spread. Any other thoughts here I have? What I'll do is I will go through and tell you what the questions are for each of the cards, and then we'll go ahead and go through and do the reading. There is no time frame specific to this reading. I usually will, if I get a feel for it, indicate a month or to 3 months usually. This card is the immediate future, and this is your desired outcome, with this being the outcome. Okay, so it is very much geared towards what is the future bringing. I think that's all I have right now for that. I will say that probably the next 2 spreads are going to be unique. I have one that is a completely different perspective from a relationship standpoint. And another version of the spread I have, I believe it uses double the cards. So those will be the next ones that I have coming up most likely. I have not done the original spread yet, which I do have a copy of it. I was able to find the book and have that because I am still studying the original version, and a lot of questions come to my mind when I read it in the book that it comes in, and so I want to first do a little bit more study on the Golden Dawn's opening of the key form of divination and how that's done. I have that information as well, but I would like to study that a little bit further because it's my understanding that this spread, the Celtic Cross in general, was created as a quicker, easier way to perform a divination instead of going through that whole process. And so I don't feel like I can fully understand the original spread and its purpose and meaning and how it was intended to be used and read without first studying that other information. And so that is why I have not done the original one yet. So until then, until I reach that point, we are studying and diving into the other versions, looking at what is different. And so far, some have significators, some don't. They all tend to lay these 4 cards out in a different order, and some of the meanings tend to get shifted around or changed. Yet the magic of this spread is that it always seems to work the same. And even on the versions that I feel like I'm not sure if I'm going to really like the layout or the questions how they have, I am always surprised. And I feel that that has to do with this spread and why it has lasted so long. And that is part of the reason why I am so interested in diving deep into this spread and how and why so many different versions of it work still, right? I can't think of any other spread that works the same way that this one does. Yes, you can come up with different spreads that have similar questions, but I am standing on that there is definitely something magical about the spread in general. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through the questions for this version from the Book of Shadows Tarot. Card number 1 is you. This card represents you. Card number 2, crossing. The card indicates the conflict. So not necessarily the situation or the question, but the conflict within the situation. So I'm gathering it's going to give us a little bit of indication as we read through the reading, really what the topic, scenario, or situation is. We're going to let the spread dictate that for us, and we're just asking, what does the future hold for you? Card number 3, foundation. This card illustrates the basis or foundation of the situation. Again, not the situation itself, but the basis of it. Okay. Card 4, past. This card shows the influences from the past that are affecting the present situation. Card number 5, immediate future. This card illustrates what is likely to happen next. Card number 6, crown. This card represents the outcome you desire most in the situation. Card number 7, yourself. This is your self-image, how you see yourself in the present situation. And the definition of this is also indicating to me why, number 1, I'm viewing it as essentially a significator. It simply represents you, but it's not pulled like a traditional significator would be ahead of time. Okay, it's shuffled out with the cards. But it's not representing the question again or the situation. It is just representing, it's an image of you at the time of the reading. Okay, and this one is your self-image, how you see yourself in the present situation. Okay, so the reading's going to basically tell us what the situation is. Card number 8, environment. This card represents the influences of those around you. It can show you how others see you in the situation. So again, a slight difference on this one from other decks is it can be a perspective, not just how they're influencing you in your immediate environment or those around the situation, but it could be how they view you. And I feel like that stems off of this one being how you view yourself in the situation. Card number 9, hopes and fears. This card indicates either what you hope for or fear the most in the situation. And card number 10 is the outcome. What is likely to happen if nothing changes? I like that they indicate if nothing changes because I do not believe in a fixed future. And so if you feel like this reading truly resonates with you, but you don't like the outcome, remember you can always change the outcome through your intentions and your actions in this life. Okay. So really, for the most part, very traditional card meanings for the placements, with the exception of there is no situation card. It's just the significator that is not really being called a significator, probably because it's just not being pulled ahead of time, which is interesting. Since there's no instruction given, I will flip the cards over one at a time, as I typically like to do, and read the story as it unfolds, and then we'll take another look at it as a whole at the end. We will compare these 3 cards as they've indicated, but then also again look at the whole reading as a whole. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. I would love to know your thoughts, anything to do with the Celtic cross spread. All right, let's go ahead and dive into the reading. You in the reading. 1 of air. So this would be the Ace of Swords. Interesting that we have someone sleeping, and this appears to me, it's coming across to me as like a spirit guide in the dreams, sharing information through dreams. We have a home here, a car. I can't see what that is. Is that a book? That looks like possibly a book. So you dreaming about your day-to-day life, which is interesting because this is the As Above deck, which is supposed to be more cosmic, universal type energies, whereas the As Below version of this deck, because this tarot deck comes with 2 different decks, the As Below is typically your mundane life to life, day-to-day life scenarios, and this is supposed to be the more bigger picture, universal type energies. So we see you dreaming about your day-to-day life with universal assistance, your guides, angels, guardians, imparting information to you in your dreams. So this represents you at this time. So this reading could have something to do with your dreams, specifically being your dreams of the future. But it could also be a little bit more mystical in perhaps you receiving information from your angels and guides in your dreams about the current situation. So you're basically dreaming. So any scenario where, perspective on dreaming. Interesting. Okay. Card number 2, crossing. Oh. Okay. I did not actually shuffle in reversed cards, so it was just because of how I picked it up. Mother of Fire, so this would be Queen of Wands. She's very ominous looking, is she not? Look at that red hair, and she's got her left hand here over a flame, almost like she's commanding the flame. It's got the vibes for me, is very like, I don't even think I saw all the seasons, but the Game of Thrones, where there was a fire witch. I think she had red hair. And the vibes I'm getting off of this card is almost sinister and very ominous. And she's commanding this fire. It's going to be interesting to see how the story unfolds. Okay, so that is what's crossing you at this time. And I haven't really got a sense yet for if this reading, and it might be different for everyone because it is a collective reading, if it's very, just really practical day to day, or if it's very metaphysical or, mystical. I'm not sure. And it might be different for everyone. All right, card number 3, the Foundation. Crone of Fire. Oh, this deck. I think this is still the Queen, but I think that it's got like a maiden, mother, crone theme in this deck. So the crone would, I believe, be the king position, and the Mother of Fire is the queen. Let me just look at the book really quick. I want to make sure that I understand the card placement. I mean, I'm definitely reading off the images here as well, but let me see. Okay, they got the court cards in a separate section. Yes. So it goes, the page would be the element of, then the knight would be the maiden, the typical queen position would be the mother, and the king position is the crone. It's a very unique deck as well. So, okay, so that is the queen, and this would be the king position. Okay. This crone of fire and mother of fire here, this being the foundation, the foundation of the situation here. The situation that I'm reading so far is, this is what I'm getting, is that you have some hopes and dreams for your future. You have a dream for your future. You are working on manifesting that future. Your guides are assisting you with that future. So while this card just represents you, it's also giving me the situation that you are in. So again, the magic of this spread, it's like it's self-correcting. It's like if somebody shifts something when you do a reading with the spread itself, it's going to auto-correct in how it reads. So it really is giving you the significator and the issue at hand all in one, even though it's not really written that way in the book. That's what the card is giving me. So this card is you, and you are dreaming about your future situation here, and you are working towards creating your future, and you have assistance from the divine. So this future could be, just a new career. It could be your home life. It could be your studies, right? We have a house, a car, indicating it's reminding me of like traveling to a job, day-to-day commuting per se, and a book, so studies. It could be in any of those areas of life for you. And what's crossing you is this mother of fire, and she looks so sinister to me and ominous, and is commanding this fire. It's like she's trying to bring up this fire in a very oppositional way for you, because this is an opposing energy. So trying to bring flames to your dreams. Okay, in a minute I'll tell you what Spirit's pointing out to me here. This one is the foundation. So the reason for the situation is this crone of fire. You've got some opposition here. This is like your magic working within your day-to-day life, because this I'm seeing is someone older, more mature, has a feminine aspect to them. Does not have to be a female, okay, but has a very commanding feminine aspect to them, because this is in the position of the king. So it's almost like they have a balanced masculine, feminine, but they lean more towards their feminine side. They have a lot of wisdom and power and knowledge. You can see this with the candle, okay? This candle flame is out. And the way that I work magic, because I am an eclectic witch as well, I do support all, different types of belief systems within my readings. But for me personally, I am an eclectic witch. And what I am seeing here is this candle is out, and the smoke from the candle is blowing away. I feel like somebody has done something to try and hinder what you're trying to accomplish in your life. Now, whether this got a very magical feel to it, so I'm rolling with it. This reading may not be for you. If it doesn't follow your spiritual beliefs, you might still find something within the information in the reading. But I'm going to go with what the cards are showing me. So someone, this is in the past, has done something to try and prevent you from working on your dreams. Okay. Though you are spiritually aligned. You are, and you know what you're doing. And I kind of actually see, for some of you, you may be making such big changes in your life that you're actually working on multiple areas: your studies, your career, your home, maybe every aspect of your life you're making a huge shift and change in. And you have divine guidance, because you are spiritually aligned with where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be doing in this life, what your calling is. This is huge, okay? And you have somebody that doesn't like it for whatever reason. Could be control. It could be that they think they know what's best for you. I mean, it could be innocent. It could be anything. But for most of you, I'm getting that someone just doesn't want you to go down that path, okay? For whatever reason, it could be different for everyone. And that there was magic done here, okay? This is a spell. And whether that candle was snuffed out or blown out, I personally do believe that a candle flame can be blown out if you are putting intention into your breath as you are blowing it out, and you are blowing it towards somebody, or something, or towards your intention, because you're blowing your energy that towards it, okay? I personally wouldn't blow out a candle. I would use a snuffer if it was something to bring into me, because you can't blow it toward yourself. So anyways, but the smoke is going away. So this was something projected out towards you. This is a person. This is someone, okay? And what they've sent out could have manifested in a way of, you know, some sort of energy or spirit or something trying to provide obstacles for you along your way. Or it could just be the energy, but it could also be like thought forms or something literally sent to kind of disrupt you in your path. So whatever it is, it's very sinister and ominous feeling to me. But she has a flame here. And it's interesting that they choose a candle, maybe meant to represent you finding your way or following your light, and they've blown out the flame. And what has come against you is the flame itself. Okay? Trying to turn you against you, your own creations against you in some way. Maybe the idea is that you might get burnt by your own fire or something like that with this blowing out of the flame, and the flame from this spell candle is what is opposing you somehow. Okay, so, but the image that I get, it's something that has been actually coming to me over the last couple days. It takes me, usually thinking about what spread I'm going to do, and I actually didn't know today until I sat down which one I was going to do. But what I've been seeing for days is bringing up to mind some different memes and things I'm seeing, and essentially it's two things. This image of what you're creating here, you're a phoenix. Fire, if it burns you to ashes, it's only going to burn down what is no longer good for you, no matter. They sent fire towards you, but you are fire. So fire will not burn you, right? Again, I'm getting Game of Thrones vibes here. Like, I've been seeing YouTube shorts of Game of Thrones recently for some reason, and you know how the lady who is sorry, I don't follow the series very well, but the lady who has the dragons, right? She doesn't get burned by their flames. Essentially, she can't be burned because, right, she is fire. She controls that scenario there. So that energy. And the other thing that comes to mind is someone looking into into fire and laughing, right? So the meme that I saw the other day was something along the lines was like, be scared of the woman who, if she is facing nothing but fires and flames, someone who looks at a fire and just laughs, right? Like, it's like, you've got this, right? Like, it's like, you sent fire at me, seriously? Like, that's the vibes that I'm getting here. It's not going to work, essentially. So yes, the situation is your hopes and dreams and what you are trying to create and manifest in your life. Yes, somebody tried to stop that in whatever way that they could. I am definitely getting magic spell vibes here. Keeping in mind that if you are not into any form of witchcraft and you're watching this video, it could be prayers also, okay? Many people view prayers as spells. It's different terminology for the same type of intention being put into something, okay? So someone could be doing some sort of repetitive prayer, or could have lit a candle or even an incense or something here with the smoke represented, and that how they might keep that fueled or going is through some sort of repetitive prayer, okay? There's different ways of doing it, lots of different ways to keep that fire stoked and headed towards you, to kind of keep you from obtaining your goals. It's not going to work. It is flat out. I mean, it's almost the energy I'm getting is that it's comical. It's like whoever tried to stop you, it's like, you clearly didn't know who this person really was, who you are transforming into, because you're in a transformative phase in your life, and you have the ability to overcome anything that comes your way. Okay, so don't forget your power when you're facing this opposition, the challenges. You can transmute every challenge into something that benefits you. You have the ability to do that. So anytime you face a challenge or an obstacle or something comes up, don't be afraid. Instead, laugh with joy and excitement to, how am I going to overcome this one? Because it's just not a matter of if, but it's a matter of how creatively can I overcome this block, really. Okay, card number 4, past. So this is past. This shows influences from the past that are affecting the present situation. Oof, so much fire. 5 of fire. What do we have here? He's holding like a reminds me of like holding a lightning bolt. He's sitting in a throne, and he has a very large black bird here. Now, it could be a raven. This looks kind of reminds me of, is that Mars? That might be Mars. I don't know off the top of my head if Mars is the planet for the 5 of Wands or not. But, yeah. So, some sort of conflict. A disagreement with somebody. Very masculine energy. Remember how I was saying how this person here was kind of like a balance of masculine and feminine, but is leaning towards the feminine? It's almost like this person in their masculine aspect, you had a disagreement with them, and it really brought up they're fighting with their masculine aspect, and you had this opposition, this challenge, this disagreement or something in the past. I feel like it's the same person, or you're dealing with a group of people that are, if it's a group of people, then you could potentially have 3 people here that are in alignment with each other. Okay. There was a disagreement. Someone tried to stop your hopes and dreams by sending this other person or energy or entity or whatever of fire towards you, and these are all fire. They are trying to fight you with fire, because you're in the present element of air with your hopes and dreams. But the thing is I want to make sure that I say this right. So, but Spirit is saying, yes, you command the elements. You can transmute. You are transformation. You are fire, but you can embody the energies of any of the elements. So while you're currently in this air energy, and I'm getting a sense also, Spirit said water also, you're in this air and water type energy right now, dealing with your thoughts and your analytical things and your hopes and your dreams, as well as your emotions and your feelings for it. And you're working in this space. they may have very well viewed you from an emotional standpoint. They may have been viewing you emotionally. It'll be interesting to see what this card here is. And so if they thought that you were water, and so they sent the fire towards you to evaporate your dreams, to put them out, to dry them up. But it won't work because you turn your emotions into air, and you turn air to actually stoke their fire and burn it brighter, to burn it the way so that you can then use their fire to burn away, to light the things about you up that aren't beneficial to you, letting their fires point out your shadows and where you need fixing, and you turn into this air energy that stokes their fire that they sent as like harm against you, to burn even brighter, to show you, okay, you send fire at me, yes, please do light up everything nasty and negative about me that I don't want anymore, so that I can change it and even better be able to achieve my hopes and dreams. And then you stoke that fire even more to literally burn away. Wow, you literally, I'm using my hands a lot, but I can't really explain what I'm seeing in my mind. Literally, it's this energy at play here where you literally have transformed, you have literally used what they sent against you to complete. You used it as a tool. You're like, oh yes, thank you so much for sending me exactly what I needed to fulfill my dreams. This is the person looking into a fire and just laughing, like walk through the flames, like yeah, okay, I'm gonna move on. Okay, next card number 5, immediate future. This card illustrates what is likely to happen next. 7 of Earth, you have lots of choices. Ooh, interesting that it's underwater. We have mermaids, dolphins. Hard to see, but that could almost be like, these look almost like gnomes to me. You have a shark here, but you have a dolphin here, and you have the sunbeams shining through the water. And how earth gnomes are actually under the water, that's not typically the way that you would see it, but I'm seeing these as gnomes. So the 7, there's like 7 gnomes, even though it's underwater. It's in the earth that is underwater. And even though you might have dangers lurking, and even though you have the dolphins, very smart creatures, who go with the flow, very acrobatic, agile, can maneuver, and the mermaid here, which I'm seeing as you have lots of choices. In the near future, you have so many choices. And with the heavy water element here within the earth sign, I'm going to say that this is representing grounded emotions. You're coming from a very grounded emotional state, in a way that you're going to emotionally be able to fulfill your hopes and your dreams, everything that you are looking towards manifesting, so that in the very immediate future, there is going to be a light shining. And see how there's a darker one too? Like they're in all these different gnomes are in a different level of light. Interesting. Within the water, on the earth element, you have all the elements here except for fire. You're fire, right? You're fire. So even as a mermaid here, you're Fire, you have so many options, and it's going to be very clear for you for something very emotionally fulfilling. These could even be in the different aspects of your life with the different shades of lighting here. Also, the different shades of lighting under the water could be that you also will be able to not only see all these opportunities and choices before you, but you'll also know which ones you want more than others, and potentially in all these different areas of your life. I am getting that you're making such a big shift in your life that it's affecting all areas of your life. It's a very positive card. Options, choices with the lighting and the different animal symbolism I'm seeing here is you will be able to outmaneuver any kind of challenges that are coming your way. You will have multiple opportunities and choices for emotional fulfillment that is coming from a very grounded and blessed and prosperous, emotionally prosperous space here. It's very, very good card to have right there. All right, card number 6, the Crown. This card represents the outcome you desire most in the situation. 5 of Water. Five of Cups. Again, I'm seeing all the elements present, and this could be because, again, very much you can command all the elements, your abilities, whatever type of spiritual practice you have, you are able to command the elements. And you have the fire, the lightning, which I'm seeing as this conflict is behind you. What you desire most is to get past the conflict. You want it behind you. The clouds are behind you. You are looking forward to the future. You have a sword in one hand and a torch in another. You have balance with air and fire within this water element. You are a warrior, spiritual warrior, with that helmet on, with the conflicts behind you and your future in front of you. And these almost look like water sprites to me because it's a water element, and she is standing. I don't think she's in the water. It looks like she's right on the edge, the in between the land and the water. And she has this building behind her, but there is water behind her and the storm clouds. She has moved past the conflict. So typically in a 5 of Cups card, you would see like 3 cups knocked over and 2 cups, like there is still a bright future. It could also represent an inheritance. Ooh. So I was getting right off that, you know, basically you're looking towards the 2 full cups, not the 3 that are spilt over. But the card can also represent an inheritance. And what I'm getting here is, ooh, you have really stepped into your power. And your power is a spiritual inheritance. You know, I know sometimes people speak of like within different forms of witchcraft or magic or just different types of paths that deal with energy and belief systems, of this like lineage of following from one ancestor to the next. But I feel like for you, where your power is coming from, this power you've stepped into, this spiritual power, is the reason it's so powerful, and the reason why they couldn't see it is because some of it may come from like your earthly lineage. It could also come from lineages though from like past lives, but really what I'm getting from most of you is that it's spiritual. It has to do with your soul. Your soul's lineage, your soul's power, this spiritual warrior that you are, that you have stepped into it in this lifetime. So typically where a 5 of Cups is someone needing to turn towards the 2 Cups because you have so much power within you. You are facing the 2 Cups within the 5 of Cups. And not only that, but you have used the 3 Cups that spilt over to your benefit, and you have put this conflict behind you. This fire that was sent to you, you have it in your hand, right? Again, representing the situation that I was seeing here. Interesting, in all the cards that relate to you, you command the elements. You work with the elements. You have a relationship with the elements. You can shift and shape and mold, I'm hearing, and weave the elements, okay? And this is a spiritual lineage power that you have. You're also strongly protected at this time. Almost kind of like I'm getting the image of a child learning how to ride a bike, and they have training wheels, and they don't really need the training wheels anymore, but they kind of still use it for security, personal security feelings and getting used to it. But really you've still got that fully grown adult kind of walking behind you, just making sure, not that they're not going to let you fall if you need to learn, but they're there. You are still guarded and protected, but you are standing your own. You are riding that bike. You are transforming the energy. You are stepping into your power. Not only have you turned towards the 2 Cups that are full and your inheritance and stepped into that spiritual inheritance power, but you've also used the cups that have tipped over as well to help you along the way. Powerful reading. Okay, next, how you view yourself, your self-image. I love it. Maiden of Water. This is the Knight of Cups. You are all heart, baby. That's what came to mind. Going with the flow, commanding the water. Yeah, you are fire, but you are also water, and you are standing in water. Oh, wow. Okay, so, I mean, so if this fire energy, whether it's one person or one energy or a group that are all aligned, viewed you as water and viewed you as weak because of it. Again, I'm interested to see what this card says. But you said, okay, I know I'm fire, but you know what? I'm going to learn how to embrace the water. You've got this temperance about you, this balance, this alchemy of being able to control the elements. And you're like, you want to view me as water. I will be water. But water is very powerful. Water can take any shape. Water can gently mold things. It has this gentle, intentional strength about it. You are all heart. You are going with the flow. You command the waves of emotion that come your way, and you are lit by this sun behind you. The storm clouds stand no chance, and this dolphin is midair. Again, you have all the elements, but you are choosing this water. You view yourself as all heart and all water, but really what you are is this alchemy of energies okay, you're using the fire. You view yourself as someone who the fire is keeping you warm and you are using it in many ways, but you are choosing to send back love. Love wins. This is how you view yourself. You are not holding anger or resentment towards this energy at all. You are this image of you have of yourself is, well, you know, this is a very young lady, right? Maiden, but also technically in the knight position for the deck. You know that you are just stepping into your power, but you also know how powerful you are, and you are choosing wisely and very maturely, I'm hearing, to handle the situation with love. Beautiful. Forgiveness, love, compassion. You could choose anything. You took their fire and you used it for your benefit. And you're choosing to show only love in return. And if there are lessons to be learned by this that has tried to stop you, you're leaving that into the higher powers to deal with. If somebody needs to learn a lesson, that it's not for you to teach them a lesson. It's a very mature standpoint for I'm hearing old soul. You're an old soul because it's a very mature standpoint on a spiritual level to how to approach the situation. For someone who is newly stepping into this spiritual lineage powers, your soul is very experienced, and you're letting your soul lead the way. I'm hearing there is no other way that you would be able to handle the situation with such grace. I'm hearing. All right, external influences. Earth. And look at the waterfall. The mountains in the background. 5 of Earth, 5 of Pentacles. Again with the gnomes. The gnomes are a theme in the Earth cards. We have 3 5s here. Ooh. So the past, your desired outcome, external influences are 5 5 5. Again, I love it. The transformational change energy. Oh, okay. So this fire may have switched gears and gone, oh crap, she's fire. Well, that didn't work. Let's try and flood her with emotions. Let's attack the emotions here, the external, put her in a very emotional situation to distract her. But I mean, girl, guy, is a girl on the card, feminine energy, could be anyone though. This is just the divine energies. You're coming from it from a very mature for your age, old soul type, divine feminine energy here. So so your external influences, the fire that they have sent your way has kind of morphed to trying to use it as a like a fire of emotions, like with the intention of fire and flame, like to destroy, to burn, but through emotions, putting you in a very emotionally tough situations. But you rule the water too, and it just so happens that the way that you have chosen to respond is with the water, with the sun at your back. I mean, you totally got this. I mean, I feel for you all, whoever this reading is resonating for, and I'm hoping it's there's at least one person out there that this reading is for. Again, it may not be for everyone, but this is a tough situation, but you're handling it like a boss, and you've totally got this. And it's almost like you need to go through this type of struggle in order to really truly step into your power and to have that confidence in who you are. I mean, you are so commanding here. And even here in the choosing of how to deal with the situations. Very wise. Very empowered. Very confident. And very skilled is what I'm hearing. So don't forget that about yourself. Hopes and fears. Moving along. The elemental of earth. So this is the page card of earth. Page of Pentacles. Yeah. This is your hopes. The light shining down. The rest. The music. The gemstones and the flowers. And the night sky. This peace and harmony. Contentment for life. This very stable, grounded, beautiful life that you're hoping for. This is your hopes. You want a leisurely, enjoyable life. You want to enjoy life and be stable and not have a care or a worry in the world. You want to worry about how you're going to pay your bills or how you're going to handle tough situations when they come up. You are at home with the earth and just living and enjoying life. And the music here, the flute that he's playing, the creativity, you want to just share it with the world from a very blessed place, so that you want to be blessed so that you can be safe and comfortable, but also so that you can bless others as well. And the music, you want to show the way. You want to show people how to do this. You have the ability to do that. You want to share with others and say, look, I can do this. You can do that too. You're not in it just for yourself. You're doing it for yourself so that once you do it, you can show others how to do it for themselves as well. Very humanitarian energy coming through. Okay, let's look at the final outcome. This was just a very sombering card. It's just such a gentle energy, at peace. Peace and love. Beautiful. Ooh. Maiden of Fire. Oh, I love it. Look. You're holding the candle and your flame. You have stepped into your power completely. You control the flame. So, all the scenarios that I'm coming up here, you're learning as you go, but you're doing it, you're accomplishing it. And your biggest hope for it is to step into your power and put the struggle behind you. You view yourself as someone who is approaching it with love and compassion from a very, soul-guided, letting letting your soul lead the way so that you can handle the situation with love. And in doing that, you accomplish it. This is you. Ooh. Okay, another total aside here. She's wearing the same dress, right? So for some of you, this fire that was sent your way was your own fire. They tried to use your weaknesses against you, your shadow against you, but you love your shadow and you know your shadow and you have complete control over your shadow, and you know that. Your in the sense of not like a domineering control over your shadow, but like you know that you are your shadow and you accept every aspect of yourself with love. So for some of you, this emotional environment they try to put you in is to bring out your worst shadows so that they would work against you. You'd essentially be your own worst enemy. Oh, I love it. Okay, so I'll share the imagery that I just got from Spirit. But this is you holding your flame in love, totally in all your power. And nothing can burn you, nothing can drown you, nothing can blow you away, and nothing can bury you. You are standing in spirit, in your soul, in growth for your betterment and to be able to help others. You're unstoppable. There's nothing that can stop you. But we're gonna go a little old school here for me anyways. But what this reminds me of is you remember that, for any of you who followed Samurai Jack videos, cartoons, there was an episode where he fought his own shadow, his shadow self. And in the end, by going inward, he also achieved this peace, this harmony, this calming, this self-control, this love for who he is, for all aspects of himself. Yeah, total Samurai Jack vibes. Love it. Beautiful reading, you guys. So empowering. I love it. You know who you are. Okay. So, looking at these cards together, the spread, going back to the spread, is that it's very interesting to see the final outcome here. So reading this as its own reading together, these three cards. So very interesting how this water card has a lot of earth in it, and this earth card has a lot of water in it. Again, they all, to me, have representation. Anything that has to do with you in here has all the elements present, right? All areas of life, all elements, energy. And this is just, the future is essentially you having gone through this transformation, the change, is in a complete state of like, it's a completed alchemy, right? Like they try, the old school alchemists, right? They used to try to turn things into gold. You have created that life for yourself. You have been able to alchemize your life. You, in every situation, are able to see all the elements present and balance it and balance those energies out. And balance is always shifting and changing, like a candle flame. To keep that balance going, you are able to adjust and do whatever you need to do to keep this peace and harmony, and keeping your flame shining just perfectly bright, not too big, not too small, enough to guide your path for yourself in order to be able to share with others. You are able to temper your flame as well. You have a great deal of control over your power. You have learned how to handle it, how to hold your power, right? So initially it might have been a little chaotic, but you clearly thrive in the chaos because you're learning how to juggle these energies and weave them together. So many different energies within these cards. You are able to bring this balance and control with your will to every area of your life, and also find a way to balance all areas of your life. You have the ability to do this. Not only do you have the ability to do it, you're learning how to do it right now, and the outcome is you will achieve that. As for this energy here, I don't know what to say. This could have been some horrible feeling karmic tie that came in to help you learn the lessons that you needed to learn in order to get here. And perhaps that knowing is partly what is allowing you to have the extreme amount of compassion and empathy towards this energy. A gratitude, I'm hearing, a gratitude really for this energy. While it opposed you, you knew that you needed that. Somebody somewhere had to be this energy in this lifetime to oppose you in just the right way to trigger this transformation to take effect. And so they really did you a service. And you hold a deep and sincere gratitude in your heart for the soul or souls who in this lifetime were willing to come in and be this energy. I mean, we all, my beliefs anyways, we all live many lifetimes, and we experience all different levels of soul growth within each, within the different lifetimes. So we're all connected. At some point, you were this energy for somebody else. And then in order for your soul to grow, to overcome this type of energy or behavior, you have grown in a way that has actually helped you to achieve some sort of soul growth and really step into this soul lineage power that you have. And because of this, you are able to have the sincere compassion towards the presence of this energy in your life. It's not going to be able to control you, but you definitely needed it in order to learn how to handle it, to then be able to handle your power, because it's a lot, and to handle it with the grace and compassion of a spiritual warrior that you are, for the light, for love, for soul growth, regardless of, where other people are in their path. It's just where they are in their path at this time, and you have a sincere compassion for that. Everybody has value, okay, regardless of where their soul is at on their journey. Regardless of the choices that are made that may affect others negatively, And then in another lifetime, perhaps, you know, they have to overcome and have soul growth for that. But that is not for you to decide or control. And you know that, and you have a respect and a value for every person in where they are, and that comes with your power here. And you just have this sense of grace and groundedness and hope to share with others, to help them wherever they are on their path, whatever their beliefs may be in life. It doesn't have to be spiritual beliefs. Belief in, you believe this table is going to support me if I sat on it, right? You know, just belief in general. Yeah. All right. As always, very long reading. Thank you all for being with me. Anyone who stuck through to the end, definitely this message is for you. Be blessed, and I will see you next time.